Should I have vertical stripes and horizontal stripes?
Go for it.
That's a look. I don't know what I want my insert to be, and I'm very self-conscious. Are you filming right now? Hello! Today we're making chocolate macarons with orange buttercream filling, and I'm going to try to make this famously difficult and picky French delicacy. And is it a delicacy or is it just a pastry?
I thought delicacy had to be like meat or something.
Yeah, I think so. Sweet?
Food.
Cookie? Food? You're gonna need 2 cups of powdered sugar, which I have under here. 1 cup of almond flour, which looks super appealing. A pinch of salt, which is in here. You're actually gonna need 2 pinches. 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder. 3 egg whites. It's better to separate them about half an hour before so that they're at room temperature and so that when you beat them, they'll be fluffier. 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. And half a teaspoon of vanilla extract.
That looks like more than half a teaspoon.
Or maybe a little bit. So let's begin. First of all, you're going to, I should be looking at a recipe. Okay, so the secret to macarons, one of the secrets, is that all your dry ingredients have to be really, really fine. Unfortunately, I do not own a food processor, so we're going to be doing this the old-fashioned way. You're also going to need a sieve or a food processor, if you're that special. Sift that all together a couple times until it's really, really fine. Sometimes you gotta get your hands dirty.
Sifting it once should be enough.
No. You want to kill all of these. Kill was probably not the best word there. You want to like get rid of all those huge clumps. Pro tip. Smash it with something. Whoops. Ooh, look at that. Look how pretty that is.
And look how much more you have to go.
Anyways. Shall we use an actual sifter?
Oh, please do.
The reason I use the sieve first is that these get jammed really easily. In a separate bowl, you're going to beat your egg whites. So pour your egg whites into a larger bowl. Add a pinch of salt, which will make beating them and getting them softer easier. And then you're going to beat them until soft peaks form. This will also take a terrible amount of time. Very nice. So basically you're going to try to get them as fluffy as possible. Once your eggs are at soft peaks and really fluffy, your egg whites, you're going to gradually add your sugar in, not adding too much at a time as you want to keep those air bubbles. So just a little bit. Ooh. Look, it's like an alien. Do you know the secret to how you can tell if stiff peaks are properly formed?
How?
This is going to be really bad if it
Put it over your head.
Wait, first let's put it over my hand. Yeah, okay. There we go. You want to try it?
No, I'm good, thank you.
Okay. You're also going to add vanilla after your stiff peaks have formed. I just eyeball it because I
They're
like
soft
vanilla.
peaks. You keep saying stiff peaks.
These are stiff.
Are they supposed to be stiff? Is that
Yeah.
what they're called?
Yeah, because they're really hard and they... So
I
now
thought they
they're
were called
stiff.
soft peaks.
Soft peaks are when they kind of fall.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, these are stiff. You're going to beat the vanilla. Anyways, once you're finished with that, you're going to start gradually adding the sifted almond flour mixture into the egg whites. You want to make sure that you are not allowing for any air pockets for the dry ingredients.
How do you make sure of that, Nadia?
I usually just like kill it through a couple times, but I'm sure there's an actual way to do that. Because see, as you're folding it, you're kind of making it into a circle, so every once in a while you just got to go through it to get rid of those air pockets. This is what happens when you add too much of the dry mixture in at one time. These chocolate macarons are quite thick, but here's to hoping that it'll still work out. It should be about the consistency of lava or like wet sand.
Those are two very abstract things to compare to.
It should be smooth and like unbreaking as it falls. Now you're going to get two, what are they called?
Piping
Now
bags?
you're going to get 2 baking sheets ready with parchment paper. So what you're going to do to keep the parchment paper on the pans is you're going to put a dollop of the mixture in each corner. Just so that it's secure. Also at this point, since you probably didn't do it before, as I did not, you should probably preheat the oven to 300 degrees Fahrenheit. 300. Now you're going to pipe your macarons. A lot of people make little circles, but I'm just going to eye it because I don't care that much. And you're going to make them about 1 inch to like 2 inches big. Large. Diameter? Sure. This is not the proper piping bag for this, but it's the only one I had, and you made me use a piping bag. What? I hate piping bags. Do you think I can save it?
With the way you're trying to, no. Get a second spoon.
So hopefully wherever you're doing it with a piping bag, and yours don't look like this. But if somehow you're in the same boat as I am,
Then good luck, Charlie.
is that like copyrighted? I've made macarons before, for the record, and they were very good.
This will not be like that time.
What are you, my conscience? Okay, what you're gonna do now, and do not skip this step. Now you're going to let it sit for about 30 to 60 minutes while they kind of form this sort of film on the top. So we're going to have to take a pause now. While we're waiting for the cookies, we're going to make the filling, which is an orange buttercream. So what you're going to need is you're going to need 1 stick of softened butter, which we're going to cut into little squares. So that it's easier to beat. Italy need to have butter. Oh. Sorry, Italy. You're also going to need 2+ cups of powdered sugar, some vanilla, some milk, and an orange. So first we're going to add the butter. Whoop. Whoop. And you're going to beat that with a hand beater,
Whatever you want to call it.
So you're going to add some of the powdered sugar. Not all of it at once, because that is not a good idea, but a little bit at a time. You're also going to add some milk to make it smoother. I swear. Just a little bit. At this point, I'm going to add the vanilla, also for smoothness
And flavor.
and flavor.
Some potato.
Now, for the reason I'm not adding more milk is I'm actually going to scrape some rind off of this orange, as well as get some juice out of it. This also does take a long time, but I find it easier if the orange is cold, for the skin is a little bit harder. Okay, that's enough. And there we go, fresh orange juice. And now mix it all up. Good. And now we wait for the cookies. Okay, it's been about 51 minutes, so we're just gonna go ahead and put them in. If the film is probably on, you should be able to put your finger on it and it's basically okay. So we're gonna put those in the oven for about 17 minutes, 17, 18. And let's go. You wanna hand me the other ones? Oh, thank you. There we go. I'm gonna put them for about 18 minutes. So, if these were good, you would try to find two of about the same size to pair them and then put the buttercream in the middle. So those are approximately the same size, which is a miracle. And so you're gonna put, usually you could pipe this and make it look nice, but I'm just gonna spoon it.
Because we broke our piping bag already.
And you're just gonna put a little dollop in the middle. And pro tip, I like to put a pinch of cinnamon on it because I think it tastes really nice. And then you're going to like that. And voila, we're done. Ready to taste test? It actually tastes really good. And kind of Christmassy with the chocolate orange. It tastes really nice. So if you'd like to try this recipe, also the BuzzFeed recipe is really nice for, I basically tweaked that one for chocolate, but that one's really nice for regular macarons. And in general, I hope you attempt these, and they're really yummy. And if you didn't have the problems we had, then they'd probably look a little nicer, but they're delicious either way, so good luck, and thanks for watching.
But like, who's gonna come to my door with a gun and say, give me your rats? Get more of them around. Rats are like the top 20 smartest animals, and you can have one in your very own bedroom.